Now we're back. Alright. Welcome back to another part of Pikmin 4 Session 1. So, before we... So yeah, we've got out of a cave full of ice. Well, actually that's not true. Full of ice creatures. Well, ice creature. Huh? Another circle of stones. We keep finding them in the most opportune locations. How interesting. Maybe Captain Olimar left them behind for us so we could track them down. Never mind that. For now, I wonder if we're in this creature's territory. We should create a base here. Any Dandori master would tell you it's the most efficient way forward. But first, let's do something about that pesky creature already. Let's get those. So, what I'm gonna do... So, I've played the... So, this whole area is playable in the demo. To the point where you can 100% the whole area in the demo if you plan it out correctly to avoid the sparklium limit. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just circle around here and open up this pathway. Then there's a cave here, so I'm gonna open up this path here as well and open up the cave there. And yeah, that will be, and we shall see where we go from there. So I'm not gonna collect corpses, well, outside of the, on the surface, because this game makes it so that you can, you can just leave them out for a couple of days and they don't, they just don't, they just don't, deteriorate overnight, unlike the previous games. Well, actually I can't remember if Pikmin 3 did that, but that's one thing. I remember Pikmin 1 and 2 more than 3. I liked 3, but 3 felt short especially for as I was anticipating that game for years, ever since I think it was announced in the late 2000s. And yeah, to get... Also, it's a nice touch to actually just... let me just... You take only one. Let me just... Get this down here. Oatchi, you dig up the cave entrance there. And let's go. Actually, let me just... I'll get this out of the way. Let me just... Oh yeah. Was this under construction at some point? I wonder who was working on it. Probably Olimar. I'm sure we could put it to good use if it was finished. We just It froze? We just sub-zeroed this male sheer grub. Don't just stand there. Now's your chance. Right. Let's... Pretty sure the sparklium was collected, and we can proceed into the crackling cauldron. I was feeling hotter than usual in my spacesuit, and when I looked down, the ground was on fire. And then I was on fire. I panicked, but a red Pikmin just gave me a sidelong glance. Oh, it's fire. Totally unfazed, as if the fire licked at them. They're clearly capable of more than just skillful tactics. It's like Olimar just puts fucking Steve in command just of the entire red Pikmin fleet. Just to conquer the entire planet. Alright, Crackling Cauldron, sub-level 1. Let's do this. Boo! Okay. Well, actually, so I'm gonna demonstrate here that electricity is not insta-kill. It carries on the Pikmin 3, what do you call it? Pikmin 3 logic. Use B to wake it up. Anyway, that's that. Figured I might get that cutscene out of the way now. So, the fiery, what is it? The blowhog. The blowhog timing is very weird. Even if you, what was it? Even if you whistle the Pikmin out of the way in time to bait out the knockback, if you whistle them all off, it will do a second one, and it's a very tedious. It's very tedious to deal with. So, actually, is this a new type of Pikmin? Yes, it said yellow Pikmin. I should check to see if Captain Olimar's log says anything about them. The yellow Pikmin. I've decided to call the yellow-coloured Pikmin with large ear-like appendages yellow Pikmin. I like that name a lot more than ear Pikmin. Earmin. They're resistant to electricity and they fly high when thrown. Plus, they're good at digging. Resistant to electricity? How unusual. What in the world are they made of? Hopes and dreams. That sounds like a potentially useful quality, though. Yes, hopes and dreams definitely is a useful quality. Just be careful how you deploy them. There aren't that many. Yellow Pikmin extinction. Let's just dig up the whole thing. Let the red Pikmin take it. So yeah, the way to deal with blowhogs is have one Pikmin get thrown off, and then just swarm them. It'll probably be even faster when that would have been irksome. It'll probably be much better if I had the charge ability, which is in this game. I just have to unlock it. Anyway, let's get this down. Get that. Get that. No. Okay, so let's get these reds into this pile of raw material. And once the yellows are done, actually let me just crack these eggs. Yes, Dr. Eggman's new rap album, Cracking Eggs.
A few inches later.
Now then. And because it's an electric fence, only yellow Pikmin can actually deal with it. And just like that, as Tommy Cooper would say, it's down. So, okay, it didn't do it that time. Because if I call them off early, it will treat it as if the it doesn't have to, it doesn't trigger its its regular attack, it just triggers a second brush off. And the timing is very weird with the blowhogs in this game. Also, one thing I've noticed so far is that they've gone with ambience more so than actual tracks for the caves so far. I'm just wondering if that's just... I mean, it feels more ambient than actual... I mean... Yeah, it's... What was it? It just feels there's more ambience in the track than actual... like a melody or rhythm to it yet. So I'm wondering if that will be a trend with all caves or whether it's just something that's only in this cave. Well, in these early caves, should I say. Let's get that down. So, I was paranoid about what the fuck this was. I thought that this was a burrow knit, like a giant long burrow knit. But no, it's just a fucking sweet potato. What was it? Imagine if what was it? Imagine if the Pikmin 3 protagonists discovered a vegetable out of all the fruit that they've discovered. They thought, what the fuck is this? What's this? What's this? It looks like a food, but at the same time it doesn't. It's just... I wouldn't be surprised if they thought it was like, you know, like fucking giant space, organic cigar. If they were to find it in that, crackling under that, crackling in this giant pool of molten, magma. It just... Also, that's another thing. Somehow that potato was not cooked. It wasn't it wasn't roasted. It wasn't a roasted potato. Was it? Sunday roast is ruined because of it. Oh. So yeah, this is called a scorch cake. And it has a very simple pattern. A very simple pattern to it that, as I've clearly demonstrated, just the moment it starts flipping, just call off your Pikmin. Yes. Let me just... Huh? Let me just get that. Also, that's actually a nice touch that they added in this game, is that, what was it? In past games, you have to brush up to your Pikmin if you don't want to use your whistle. Look how far I was before the Pikmin just decided, oh, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you on this one. Like, that was... It feels really good that I could just walk, not even right up to the Pikmin, and it will just say, oh, I'm with him now. Again. For the 62nd time this playthrough. Now, let's get all of these. Let's get all these back, and hopefully, what was it? Let me just search down here. And I believe that is everything on this sub level and this cave entirely. I think we might have found another rescue officer. Let's hurry and verify their ID info. Schnauz, treasure appraiser, home planet Siguré. An acclaimed treasure appraiser who's travelled extensively. His unique techniques were used to develop a leading appraisal AI. Hang on. This is no rescue officer. Who's this? How did he get here? Answer the questions. The ID show... it's Colin's just slapping Schnauz like, wake up! Answer the questions! Why are you here? Why... The ID shows he's a treasure appraiser. What's he doing on this planet? I wonder. You remember the voyage log that arrived with Captain Olimer's SOS signal? The very indication that this is not Earthbound and was actually a Pikmin 4 teaser. Perhaps there was others who picked up his signal, saw the log and decided to come all this way to search for treasure. And they all magically get stranded here somehow. Somehow. Maybe they ended up like Captain Olimer too, shipwrecked and stranded. That's my hunch anyway. I like to think this appraiser's the only one, but we should keep an eye out for more civilian castaways and be ready to rescue them too. Chances are they're in danger. I'm officially adding this to our mission list. Got it, you two? Mission, rescue all castaways. As if we didn't have enough work finding Captain Olimer and the rescue corps. There are also civilian castaways on this planet. Rescue any that you come across. So that should be, yep, 100%. Return to the surface. Trying to think whether or not that or the water geysers were better. Which one's better? Yeah, we rescued Schnauz and we've got all of this shit right here that we'll go over at the end of the day. And the investigation is done. And we... what was it? And we leave with 20 yellow Pikmin that we'll definitely be utilizing. So basically, once we finish the Sun-Speckled Terrace, it's pretty much a blind playthrough. minus some things that I was accidentally spoiled on, but I've managed to avoid the ending. Well, I managed to avoid anything related to the ending and all that shit that people decided, oh, let's upload this the day before it officially releases. Fuck you. What's the problem? Oh, I see the Pikmin won't follow you onto the surface. Yeah, there are limits to how many and what types of Pikmin you can have out on the surface at any one time. But don't worry about the rest when you choose which But don't worry about the rest when you choose which Pikmin to take. Any remaining Pikmin will go back to the onion with the SS Beagle. Woo! So, I'm gonna take 20 and 10. That was quite a year. No, so I'm gonna take these Pikmin to this flower cup here. And I'm gonna just make sure that they actually do. Yep, they're going the correct way. They're going out of danger of the Bulborb. That is quite... I forgot to swap out the... Forgot to swap out the yellows with the reds. Now it's gonna take a while. So, okay. You'll want to keep a close eye on creatures, but if they move around a lot, they can easily escape your line of sight. When that happens, there's a hardy trick for keeping your sights and aim where you want them. Press ZR to fix your auto-target lock and keep your aim focused on one target. It makes targeting nimble enemies or aiming while you're in motion a snap. Literally. It snap locks you. Well, everything snap locks in this fucking game. Oh, let me just... And... a dozy-do. I am going to get more red Pikmin so that I can deal with enemies better. We can take out 10 more Pikmin now. This should speed up our search. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm not focusing on cultivation at the moment. I'm just going to get just gonna get all the raw materials and all that stuff. I wonder if Oatchi can break the fence when I... Well, if I do it now, he'll get fucking heart attack from the... What was it? From the shock of it all. So yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna do that. Alright, so... Oh yeah, Flint Beetle. There we go. We're just gonna deal with that, and we will get all that. We're gonna... Oh, that was close. I mistimed it. Move base. And with that, I am going to end the part there. So yeah, cheers for those that have tuned in, and I shall see you in the next part, and it'll likely go over time, the next part, so that we can wrap this day up. Cheers for tuning in, and see you next time. Take care.